Alright, we're going to be watching V1et playing Reinhardt on Dorado. This is Plat 5. I don't know if this is console or PC. Friend needs tips on Reinhardt / tank. On attack, we felt like we were doing pretty well until we had to defend. In my opinion, we struggle with positioning. My friend also has the habit of charging into the enemy team. He suggested I should just focus heal him, and so I tried. And the person, OP, is actually Baptiste here, so Solex. For starters, it's kind of weird that you're posting it on behalf of your friend, but I guess that's fine. You're going to show him the video regardless. Sorry. I would also state that on this map, I think playing tank is heavily dependent upon the map, right? And the map and the point. So the first point up to here is not very brawly at all, and Ryan is a good brawl tank. So the high ground up here, right, over here and over here is all high ground, right, and also here. And Reinhardt can't help with any of that. And so sometimes it'll work, right? Basically, the strategy is you try to move the cart all the way to the choke, and then they're forced to drop down and defend the choke, at which point there's no high ground, and then you can be dangerous. But if they have an oppressive lineup up here, so for example, let's say they're running, like Sigma, Sojourn, Junkrat, Mercy, Zen or something, you're never going to get to the choke. Like, you're going to get absolutely obliterated before you get there. So something to think about is that playing Ryan here can be very, very hard. You either have to just try to defend your team while you walk up here, or you have to get into this side, climb the stair, and then push them off high ground, which is very hard to do, I think especially at lower levels, to be coordinated about that. But luckily, they're playing low ground, so this is actually going to work out. I would say, for starters, as Ryan, if you see a Genji, do not fire strike him, because he's going to deflect it, which not only means that you don't get any value, but he's going to use it to farm ulti. So look at Genji right now, he's at 1%, so he's got 3% from that fire strike right there. Okay, you wasted fire strike, and like technically he forces deflect out, but he also could potentially hit multiple people, and he'll farm blade very, very quickly. It's a very, very common problem for Reinhardt versus Genji. My recommendation is to either try to bait the fire strike, bait the deflect, right, fire strike, but don't fire strike like way above him in a way that he, or like to the side that he can't get to, or just hold it, right, and look for an angle where he's not going to use it, because eventually he will have to deflect no matter what. He can't just stand in front forever. Because you really need to farm ult. This is a bad fire strike. There's obviously nobody there. Like, little things like this seem like it don't matter, but farming to your Earth Shatter is really important as Ryan. Super, super important as Ryan. So you've just fired 2 fire strikes, and you have no ult charge out of it. For comparison, I'd be in a situation I'd already be like 10% or so. Because you really want to get Shatter as soon as possible. So, third fire strike gets wasted here. Right, the Risa starts spinning. Your Risa spin eats projectiles, including fire strikes, so you wasted your third fire strike now, so you're 0 for 3. Okay, you finally fire a fire strike, but it's so easily dodged that this is just a really bad angle. Like no one's eating this fire strike. Everyone just walks out of the way. Very, very easy to dodge this. You should have held it for another second. Right about like here, you could have done it after, right? I would fire this. I would step this way and then fire it towards the brig and hit the Orisa of the brig. So you're 0 for 4. That's the 4th one now. Okay, so very important as Ryan to get every opportunity you can to swing, right? You're shielding a little too much, I would say, that when the Orisa goes in like that for you, just start swinging, right? Swing, swing, swing. Obviously, if you fire strike here, you could chain, do the fire strike cancel. If you don't know the fire strike cancel at Plat 5, I don't know what to say. But do the fire strike cancel, right? And send the fire strike up through here and possibly get a triple here, or at least, 2 hits. Right there, you could have canceled fire strike and sent it like this. Guaranteed 2 hits right there. But again, I think that you did not need to back off right now. You're at 420-27, and the wall is there. I would keep pressuring the Orisa. Even go to the left of the cart if you have to, but just continually keep pressuring the Orisa right now. You're at full health and you're backing off, which is a mistake. Just keep advancing right now. Your team's forward right now. You have plenty of health. You have plenty of health. You have plenty of shield. You need to be much more aggressive. Right? If you're full, just don't stop swinging. Just keep hitting them. Like, constantly keep attacking. See how you're slowed down right now? Keep attacking right now. Very, very important to keep attacking. At this point, I would just charge, well, before you get trapped. Right? So you see how you back off? You did not need to back off. You're basically full health with full shield. You should have kept attacking. But at this point in time, I would have charged into them, probably cancel it, and immediately start swinging. Because then you're hitting 3-4 people at once, and then the fight's over. You basically can win the fight right there. So, I assume this is console, because this doesn't feel like Plat PC gameplay. Alright, got that kill. So, I also noticed I don't think you understand how shield hopping works. So, for Rein, right, what you do is you walk, you have shield down, you walk, jump, right, and in the air, you pop shield. Only while you're in the air. As soon as you hit the ground, release shield, walk, and do the same combo again. And then you'll maintain like 75-80% of your move speed and have shield up for a proportional amount of time. It's a very, very important technique to be able to close the distance safely or back off safely. You could say this fairly confident in this console. Alright, Winnow was popped for some question mark reason. I know this isn't a review for your Baptiste, but that did not feel like a good window. Don't waste your time killing stuff traps like this. It doesn't matter, right? No one's gonna hit this trap over here. You should be advancing right now to try to pick off the rest of the team before they regroup. Okay, so right now, this is a great time to charge in because they're down 3 people right now. Okay, there's only one's up here, right? And the brig. The rest are way too far away to do anything. You should be trying to kill the brig right now. Yep, you should be charging right now. Big mistake playing a card. See, you're letting them regroup as 5. And now you have to fight the whole team instead of like only fighting part of the team. I would just charge right now. Right? I would just charge into the junk and kill him. You have Shatter. Ideally, you want Fortify to end. So right now, Shatter is free. Orisa can't do anything to stop this. You go for the brig, which is a good call. By the way, you could use Fire Strike cancel right here to instantly kill her. That way you don't have to wait for that last swing. Fire Strike does 100 damage now, so insta kills. So this is a good Shatter right now because you lost 2, but totally winnable, right? You killed 1. Actually, you only lost 1 because it's a lamp. I would Shatter right now and Shatter 3. You don't know the Junkrat's there, but for sure you know 2. So I'd Shatter 2, kill both of them, right? Or I mean 100% I would kill the Genji first. I assume get Blades coming out like almost instantly because I've not seen Genji Blade yet. So I would Shatter right here and then kill him. Shatter comes very late. Do a pretty good job swinging to make sure that you hit multiple targets. Alright, and cap. So overall, I mean, I'm just picking up there's like a lot of inefficiencies with your ride play. You're also not sure how aggressive you can be. Again, if you have high health, basically the gold standard, right, general rule of thumb is as long as you still have armor remaining, you can attack, right? As soon as you don't have armor anymore, which is about halfway through your health, then stop being aggressive, right? But as long as you have armor, you can be aggressive. Obviously, you know, there are exceptions to this rule, right? If there's Bastion, you can die regardless, but generally. So this is shield, or this is window rather. This is a shield and get out situation, right? Shield, 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 get out. Like you can get absolutely shredded. At higher ranks, you're already dead by now. Yep, break call to just wait, window out. You have an opportunity to throw a Fire Strike right here, like this way when the Orisa starts coming up. I don't know why he's pushing down. So I would expect a Orisa ulti coming any second now. Because again, Orisa never ulti at the first point. I would assume anybody who did not ulti in the first point has ultis. So you should be ult tracking right now. This is not a time to be backing off. Again, you have full health, full shield. I don't understand why you're walking backwards and behind your brig and your Mei here. You're just not aggressive enough. Like very, very consistently not aggressive enough. And of course, they get to walk forward because you're not aggressing. Mei ultimate's popped. You should kill anybody but the anybody but the tank, right? Orisa's very hard to kill. Even if you did win this charge, I would just go this way and kill the rest of the team. You know, if the rest of the team's dead, Orisa's definitely gonna die. But it can be quite difficult to kill Orisa. And now things have gone awry. You've lost this fight. Oh, well, maybe not. You have 35 health. Are any of your supports alive? I guess not. So again, I think you should have aggressed there, but also let's track Genji Blade. It's hard for me to hear Genji Blade in the replay because my sound's really low. So you would have seen Genji Blade right here, at which point you should have backed up. This is weird because like generally you can move forward, but with Genji Blade, right? Oh, actually no, he does Blade now. When Genji Blades pop right now, I turn and I charge the Genji right now at the Baptiste in the attempt to kill him or deflect him. That's actually the highest value thing you can do right now. Just ignoring Genji Blade completely is a huge mistake. Genji could have wiped your team there. Okay, so your team does in fact lose that fight. I would recognize right now that you are very, very staggered. There's only 3 people up and 2 people back. You should not be trying to attack right now. You decide to attack anyway. You're taking a ton of damage, feeding a lot of ult charge, and doing absolutely nothing. Again, stop throwing fire strikes into spin. Yeah, it gets evaporated. So you have a good shatter opportunity. Instead, you go to the right, which splits them on all sides of you. You should have gone to the left. Right? So right now, if you go to the left, spins over, shatter, you hit 4. Instead, you go to the right here. All right? This is like a completely unforced error. Just go to the left. There's nothing they can do to stop you, right? Whip shot's gone out, and Orisa's already popped all of her cooldowns. There's nothing they can do to stop you from winning this fight right now. You go over here. Right? You pop it. Again, they should have really recognized that this was coming. This is a huge mistake by them. At higher levels, this will not work. You miss the Mercy here or Fire Strike. Charge right now. Yep. That's fine. She wants to do that. That's fine. Just swing. 1. Yep. Go after again. No, don't do that Fire Strike. It's too hard now. Yeah. Try to chill right now. You're waiting for your team. You end up dying, which is unfortunate, but yeah, your team is just having way too much trouble killing this one low health Junkrat. That's not really on you. So again, I think the biggest issue here is simply that you did not shatter at the right time in the right position. Okay? So your shatter ends up coming late. Right? This wall has walled off. I mean, it's a bad wall by your team, right? You see how nobody can follow up on this because it's around the corner. Versus if you shattered earlier, as I mentioned, when you went to the right of the cart instead of to the left. Where is it? Yeah, right here. Bully, bully, bully. Like, imagine if you stepped right here and then shattered, right? Brig goes down instantly, right? Orisa's going to die soon after. Junk might have gotten hit by this as well. These two are also highly vulnerable, and there's no wall that's preventing your team from doing anything. This is just a bad time shatter. Like, the shatter ends up being still okay, but it's not nearly as good as it could be. A lot of mechanics issues, so you're having trouble landing your swings, right? Because the Orisa's bumping you back. So in this situation, where you're charging the Junkrat, always lean to the way that he's trying to escape, okay? Because then his options are either continue trying to escape, in which case you'll pin him, or go backwards, in which case you'll have cut him off, because you'll end the charge right here, and then you'll kill him anyway. That should be your dominant thing, is like, never let people get to the escape route. Right? It's okay if you don't pin, but never let people get to the escape route. He just bounce you in the air, though, which makes it a little tougher. So, some more mechanics issues right there. You need to chill. So the overarching problem here is going after the Junkrat to begin with, I think, is a mistake. I think that you have to... the Genji's in your backline right now. You're just kind of ignoring him. Your Brig's in like a lot of danger. You have a lot of people you're going to tick right now. Going after the Junk in the backline is a huge mistake. And then you see how 3 people get the turn on you. And then your team is cut off right now. And then you end up dying. This Brig should die for this. Yep. So you saw the Genji go in. So when the Genji dives... right? I would always see when Genji dives, can I possibly kill him? Because when Genji dives, he has no way to get out, right? So unless he got a kill with the dive, as soon as he dove, I would have been like turn and be like, wait, what's going on here? And if I see that he blades, then I charge to try to pin him out of charge. It's a very important technique as Reinhardt. Ultimately, this fight up here doesn't matter. It's the Genji blade that's going to kill your team, right? And if they kill your team, then who cares? So yeah, it's like you killed, you know, the tank slash DPS slash whatever, but ultimately, like that Genji still did a ton of work over there. I think you should have gone back for the Genji. The Risa can't do much anyway. Despite the fact that Risa has a ranged gun, she has to get very, very close to actually do anything. Okay, so this is a choice. So you get pulled in. So the fastest way to escape would have been to go this way, for the record. You also could have charged out of this at any moment in time. Instead, you decide to walk slowly out of this, and you end up taking 300 damage, which is a big mistake. Alright, so Risa's dead. You should not need to use Shatter here. You decide to Shatter anyway. By the way, hold down Hammer Swing after charge to make sure it instantly comes out. There's like a pause that you have, which is unnecessary. So cart's good here. You do not need to stand on cart. I would be looking to go into vault to cut off the Genji, right? You can hear / see it, and the Genji in the brig, and you really want to engage them as soon as possible, but now it's too late. Chasing the Orisa going after your back line, which is understandable. She's gonna die. Nano, you fire strike, that almost could have been disastrous. Fire strike into deflecting Genji would have been really bad for your team. Okay, that's the choice. So I don't think you know about the camera swing move, by the way, either, right? So when you swing your hammer right to left, so move your camera in the direction of the swing, and it actually lengthens your hitbox. It's a very common Reinhardt tip, because you would have hit the Junkrat there if you did that. It's a good charge in. So what's interesting here is, like, you don't need to let them off the hook, right? In this situation, I think you keep aggressing, because the Junkrat probably doesn't have any concussive mines. He does not. So if you just charge in and keep the pressure on, you can probably get a kill. If you die here, it's not the end of the world. You're gonna have close spawn. The cart's moving right now anyway in like a time-gated situation. So you want to try to get more kills while you can. So you have Shatter right now. By the way, you're acting like you have Shatter too, like you're taking a ton of damage. Okay. So this works out fine. You could have actually just swung into them, but that's fine. Get a kill here. Yep. Got the momentum. Look for Genji. He's got to be above you to the left, right? He can't teleport. If you don't see him, look up. That's the common rule for Genjis. Is if you can't find where they went, look up. This fight is no longer good because you're around a corner where your team can't help you, right? Definitely back out of this. So you force Fortify from Risa early, which is great. No, you gotta chill. You gotta slow way down, right? If you're not being healed, so remember the rule is if you have armor, you can fight. If you don't have armor, you can't fight. So right now, you need to be like, oh, nope, chill, right? And then back up and be like, okay, clearly something is going on in the back line that is causing me to not get healing, which is, in this scenario, the Genji blading for the millionth time. By the way, you can hear footsteps of the Junkrat over here. Tire's coming. You should immediately look to, A, potentially one-shot the Tire, but B, definitely shield here. You shield way too late. Like, you could have just literally just shielded here and saved your team. Right, that would have saved 2 at a minimum, and left you plenty of health, and then this fight would have been winnable. But you don't, so thus goes your attack. All right, so things apparently go much worse in defense. Okay, so let's rewind a little bit because things have already gone awry. Okay, so you decide to play low ground first corner, which is fine if you're going to be playing Ryan. I think that's the right call. There's no reason to play wide to the corner. As a melee hero, you do not ever want to peek this far wide. Just play right up here and swing at the corner, and continually just hit them and force them back. You know, like you see how you constantly dance to forget it. Just play in like tight to the wall, very very close. Because if you play wider, more people can attack you that you cannot attack back. So you have to make a call here is, can I fight this or not? Okay? My instinct here is that you can fight this. So I want to be moving forward into the spin, not backwards. Because if I move backwards, it's going to give them space to expand out and widen the number of angles, and then I will lose control of the fight. So if I'm doing this, I want to play up close as tight as I can to force the entire team backwards. Genji swung. Right? So you see now that they've taken the corner, they're going to stretch out sideways, which is going to make it progressively harder and harder for you to hold this. At this point, you basically have given up and have to go to the choke. I would forget this now. I would just go to the choke now. Yeah, now you're taking just way too much damage. Right? Genji's killed your high ground, and the fight's over. And like, can you stop the Genji in this situation? Not really, but you could create more space. You know, if you're creating a lot more space here, then maybe this doesn't happen. So Genji's absolutely carrying this game. I would strongly consider switching to Winston now if you could play Winston, because he's both super good against Genji, and also this is a very high ground focused second point. Okay, whoever controls high ground here on second point typically wins the point, and Ryan is really, really bad at that. You stay with Brian. Again, don't fire strike Orisa, like with spin. It's just a total waste of your ability. You're just not farming shatter fast. Like you see how you're only at 64% ulti and the enemy Orisa's 80%. You're just not playing well, right, in terms of farming. So your Ana's in deep. This is like kind of crazy. At this point I would just charge in, because if my Ana dies here, we're dead anyway. I have to at least trade for her. It's crazy that you're not charging yet. Yeah, just slow reaction time. You're not reading the fight well. Like, I think that even if I paused the replay and I showed you this and be like, are you going to win or lose this fight? I don't think you would know. It doesn't feel like you have enough experience to tell when you're going to win or when you're going to lose and what you need to do differently, which is, of course, why you're doing it. But it's a problem, because then we see your decisions in game are just not correct consistently. You end up losing this fight, which is what I pretty much expected from the beginning. You're still playing Ryan. That's a useless fire strike. There's no way you're going to hit that. You might as well save the charge. You wasted both charges. So you have to step forward here. Like, I know Genji's a problem, but you've chosen to pick a tank that can't do anything about Genji, right? Not when there's high ground. So ignore the Genji and just move forwards. Because if you don't stop the cart and force another team fight here, you're only going to get one team fight before the end of the second one. You have to walk forward now. So of all times to charge, not when she has Fortify up. Right? She takes half damage and she's immune to CC, so that's not going to do anything. I don't know if you know what other heroes' abilities are either. Like, I've seen like a pretty consistent, like, I don't know if you just don't know or you don't care what they're doing, but you don't seem to like actually react appropriately to those abilities. You do have Shatter here, which is a possibility. Not a lot of great Shatter targets though. You take a lot of damage. You're around the corner right now, so you should recognize that you have no help from the team, and then you die tired. So you hear the tire right now. You're really overextended. You should be looking for the tire, right? When you hear it moving, you should look for the tire and turn towards it. And then you could have saved yourself very easily here. You couldn't have saved Lucio, but you could have saved yourself just by turning towards it briefly. It feels like you're overwhelmed by like what is happening in the game, you know? Like, the enemy team does stuff and you don't really know what to do or like how to execute it well. You're going out here. This is a mistake because like there's 3 people scattered out. They're all gonna kite you. Your team is not able to help you yet. You get super low and then you die. There's no reason to die there. All you have to do is just back up and you'd be fine. I watched like one more fight. So you had Shatter for forever. Did get a chance to use it last. Remember how I told you you would only get one fight in second point unless you push up? That's exactly what happened. You did not push up, so you only got one fight instead of having 2 fights, which is typically what happens for second point. You really have to Shatter. Oh. To get out of this, you have to win this fight with beat. That would have been a good opportunity to charge, force him to cancel his deflect. Genji dies. Shatter here. Actually, now I think about it, your tank was, Orisa's already dead, so you did not need the Shatter. That was actually a wasted Shatter, which is unfortunate. That's typically what happens when you're getting steamrolled, is that you finally get an opportunity, your whole team pops all their ultis, and then the next fight, their team pops like an ulti and you lose. Maybe this could be PC. It's what, Plat 5? It could be PC. So again, Fire Strike cancel would instantly kill this Mercy. That way you don't have to do that third swing. Kill the Junkrat. So you're not doing anything right now. Like you're very, very low, and you're just like walking at people with a shield. Just chill. Just play back. Hold the corner. Right. Get healed up. You could have played here, for example, and also kept the Orisa from doing anything just by swinging your hammer and preventing her from walking forwards. So you do not want to shatter right now because the tank's already dead, so it's very unlikely to win this fight. If you look for a charge up, oh, actually you're super low. You just like way overcommit here. Right, as soon as this happens, you have to pop shield, right, and get back. Your team is like not with you at all, which is your fault. You're in very, very deep, and then that's gonna be very problematic for your final push. You shatter, kill the Brig. You missed the Fire Strike at point blank, which is no good. You saw the Genji dash again, right? I would have taken the moment to go back and just peel the Genji, right? Peel / kill the Genji. If he doesn't have dash, he's gonna die. Bad charge into, yep, that's it. Okay, so tips. I would say number one, there's some Reinhardt fundamentals that you just need to get better at. Specifically, the Fire Strike cancel, shield hop, and also trying to be like what else to loop in this. I would say at a minimum the Fire Strike cancel, shield hop, and camera swing to get the extra range out of the swing. So I would say at a minimum those basics you need to learn. Number one. Number two, your Fire Strikes in general are just very inefficient. You throw lots of them into empty space or into abilities that can deflect or absorb them, so that's no good. You don't try to line up multiple heroes with a Fire Strike, so that's really bad. And of course, you don't do the Fire Strike cancels to instantly kill people. And number three is your general tempo is not good. You don't know when to push forward or when to push back is not great. The golden rule of Reinhardt of like, can I push is like, do you still have armor left? Yes, keep pushing. If you don't have armor, slow down. And sometimes when you do have health, you're just not nearly aggressive enough. And number four, I would say that you're not doing nearly enough to peel the Genji when you easily can. Like he dashes way too early, and you can punish that very, very quickly and easily by just stepping back, swinging twice, and then going back to the front line. And then Genji's dead. So there's obviously a lot more than that, but I think at your level, I think those tips will be more than enough to get you probably out of Plat, quite frankly. All right, hopefully it's helpful.